Fastest growing airline in Africa. Our relation with GE has been on a long-term partnership basis. GE is our main supplier going forward, and we are very happy about that.
Okay, whether you're male or female, you know all about this. It's the indoor cycling craze. It's more popular than ever, but where did the revival of cycling start? SoulCycle is celebrating its 6th year as it opens its 20th location. They've got plans for several other studios through next year. But how did they manage to thrive and, by the way, launch during the financial crisis? Well, the founders were worried that the craze would come to an end. Maybe they weren't. I don't know. Let's bring them in. We've got Julie Rice and Elizabeth Cutler. Julie's to the left, of course. Elizabeth's to the right. Ladies, welcome, by the way.
Hi, thank you for having us.
So this was something, you all were going to classes, you were bored, and neither of you were in the fitness industry, especially you, Elizabeth. You were in real estate.
That's right.
And this is where this started for you?
Well, we decided that we wanted to do something that we could both fall in love with, something that we were looking for out there in the market that didn't exist. And so we decided that we'd have to create it because we couldn't find it.
And you were in LA. Now, and Julie, you were a talent agent, correct?
I was.
And so you two team up, and you're looking for something new. And Elizabeth, you take your money.
That's right.
You had a business that was sold to PepsiCo. You take that and you put it down. That's a big gamble in 2007.
It was kind of a gamble, but it's one of those things that we just knew was right, and we wanted to do it. And we just started, and one foot after another, we got there, and we launched our first studio in 2006, and it was really exciting to see people really connecting with the workout.
Okay, and Julie, you talk about SoulCycle and why is it? I've heard all about it from all of my friends. I've never taken a class, but tell me why it's so different than a cycling class.
SoulCycle is really different because it's 45 minutes, it's efficient. We made cycling full body. And the thing about SoulCycle is you really come alive in the room. There's inspirational teachers, fantastic playlists. We ride in the dark in candlelight.
You do candles.
That's right.
And for a cycling class. So I'm not going to go to sleep when I take this?
No. It's like a party on a bike, the exact opposite. But there's something about being in the dark where you sort of find freedom and joy and energy and the people around you. We really ride together as a pack. It's really a party on a bike.
With that initial investment, were you all nervous those first 6 months before you turned to profit with your first studio? I mean, were you just thinking, were you looking at each other thinking, oh my God, I hope this works out?
Well, we had a goal. We wanted to see 75 riders a day, and that was our goal. We went to a Starbucks. We wrote it down on the back of a napkin. That was our business plan. And today we see about 6,000.
And you also started on the Upper West Side, was in New York City, but you had like, what, 2 part-time employees, and they also had to babysit your kids?
They did. So everybody grew up at the front desk, and that's one of the core tenets of how we train people today. Anybody who comes to work for us needs to learn how to work at the front desk first.
Okay.
It's pretty cool, though. We've created over 650 jobs in the last few years.
I was going to say, you're expanding now. Now, are you going to do this as a franchise situation, or are you going to try and just continue to own all the studios?
We're going to own and operate these. We're kind of control freaks, actually. We didn't know that, but now we do.
Oh.
And it's kind of exciting for us to start the whole process and end the whole process, kind of a closed end-to-end experience.
Julie, what would you say to somebody that's got an idea, but they're nervous? What would you say to that person about what it takes to be a business owner and entrepreneur?
You know, it takes hard work. That's the real truth of it. It takes persistence. It takes hard work. We haven't done everything perfect, but when we made mistakes, we just kept on going. I would say, you know, people think they have to have a huge idea or a huge amount of money or a real thorough plan. And the truth is, if you have an idea and you put one foot in front of the other and you take it day by day, the truth is, with persistence, you can make it happen.
And you signed this partnership with Equinox. And maybe a lot of our national viewers don't know Equinox, but it's very big in New York City. They've got a lot in LA. Why partner with another gym that also has cycling classes?
At the time that we did the deal, they had been in business for 20 years, so they really understood best practices. And that was something that we didn't want to get into trouble with. We wanted to make sure that we were a first-class operation, and they helped us leverage their resources to do that.
Julie, really quick, do you ever worry that it's going to lose popularity, that people are going to get sick of cycling?
You know, Elizabeth always says there's only a couple ways to get cardio, and everyone needs it. And there's cycling, running, and swimming, and I think cycling will be around for a long time.
All right. Well, I tell you what, the expansion's going to be going nationwide. It's going to be interesting to see where you all go. International London's coming up, so we're going to be following this. All right.
We hope to see you on a bike.
Yeah, I will see you ladies on a bike. Now I got to try it. Julie, Elizabeth, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. All right, David, over to you.